All right, everybody, back. Brand new Cabral HouseCall. Second one of the weekend. Just got wrapped up yesterday with answering 6 amazing questions from the community. Looking forward to doing the same here today. If you want to follow along with the questions, head on over to stevencabral.com/3173. And as I always say, if you haven't picked up your copy of The Rain Barrel Effect yet, please do so. It's free. I literally pay about $7.20 to have that book printed, every book. And we just charge shipping and handling, which is about the same price. So I pay for the printing, you pay for the shipping. We ship that all over the United States at stevencabral.com/free book. I'd love you to read it. Love you to review it on Amazon if you haven't done so. It obviously just helps us share the mission with more people. And I'd love you to read it now because in 2025, my new book will be published and you'll want to have read The Rain Barrel Effect first. All right, let's open up the document that my team so graciously puts together and does an amazing job behind the scenes. All right, we are on episode 3173, and first question is from Marsha. Marsha says, "Hello, Dr. Cabral, grateful for all you do. I recently came across a couple of articles wherein they say that vinegar, due to its acidity, can cause cancer because cancer loves sugar and acidity. What is your take on this? I was of the impression that apple cider vinegar was healthy. Should we replace vinegar with lemon? Isn't lemon acidic too? Whenever I feel that I finally got it figured out, I came across something like this." Yeah, and the truth is that people on social media are just trying to confuse you. They really are. People make a living on social media by gathering a following, by being controversial. I don't think it's helping people. I really don't. I just think that we need to stop all of that. I really think so. It's my feeling. It's one person's opinion, because apple cider vinegar and lemon are acidic coming in, but they're so high in minerals that your body uses those minerals to combat acidity at a mineral-based level. So when I say this, again, outside of the onion knowledge, will say, well, the body buffers acidity and alkalinity, and none of that matters because your body maintains a pH of 7.356. And I would say, I agree. I learned that as well. What I would say to you, though, is that the minerals inside of an apple cider vinegar and the acetic acid, as well as the minerals like the potassium salts in lemon, actually allow for alkaline mineral buffers of the body. So apple cider vinegar, yes, it's acidic coming in, same with lemon, but not acidic as to how the body utilizes it in the different tissues of the body. Okay, so the acidity can actually help with digestion, but as it's used in the body, it uses the minerals as alkaline buffers. Now, regular vinegar, white vinegar, I agree. It's not fantastic. It has not been linked specifically to cancer, but certainly it is more of an acidic-based product, which means, again, your body's going to buffer it. I totally get it. However, it uses then more of your own minerals in your kidneys in order to be able to buffer that acidity. So not necessarily healthy for you. A little bit of vinegar with a meal to aid in digestion, not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of vinegar, not so great, right? Okay. Hopefully that was helpful, Marsha. Patty's up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. Thank you so much for all that you do. I've learned so much from you on my healing journey. Happy to hear that, Patty, and glad to be of service there. I want to ask you if you've ever heard of cervical dystonia. A friend was recently diagnosed with her head tilts to the left. She's experiencing a lot of pain from it. Is there any advice you can give? According to Google, there is no cure. Thank you, Patty. Well, there is no cure because conventional medicine never looks for the underlying root cause. Cervical dystonia is just another conventional medicine name that is made up to give a disease name to something that's a symptom. Okay, what's cervical dystonia? Okay, the cervical vertebrae are here in the neck. Okay, so they basically go from the base of the skull, and those are what start your spine. So you have your cervical vertebrae, and then mid-back, you have your thoracic vertebrae of your spine. Then we go down to the lumbar, the sacrum, the coccyx. So when we say cervical dystonia, now we know cervical means neck. What does dystonia mean? Dystonia means imbalance, typically with the nervous system. Like dysautonomia is a imbalance of the autonomic nervous system. Dystonia is a imbalance of the tone of the muscle or nervous system. It's neuromuscular. It's how your nervous system tells your muscles to act. Okay, so now we know cervical dystonia, big words, means absolutely nothing. It means that you have an imbalance in basically the muscles in your neck. Oh, okay, it's like IBS. Oh, IBS. Oh, irritable bowel syndrome. Oh, it means you have irritable bowels. Yeah, well, amazing that we went to a specialist to tell us that. Okay, so again, all kidding aside, because this stuff really frustrates me, is that this is an inflammation or pinched nerve. Again, I'm not giving you medical advice, medical treatment plans, medical cures, medical diagnosis, but we need to work on underlying root cause. Personally, if I had cervical dystonia personally, I would go to see a really good chiropractor. I would make sure that the atlas and my neck and my spine was in proper alignment. I would also then have them do active release or Graston, which is basically in traditional Chinese medicine, gua sha, to loosen up the muscles that need to be loosened up. I'd be working with them because they're typically almost like a physical therapist where they can help you in the balances between the SCM muscles in the front of the neck, the levator scapulae muscles and your trapezius muscles to make sure you're in alignment and that some muscles are strong and that they're not over tight or over weak. And I would work on those muscle imbalances. Then I would also use natural anti-inflammatories like daily omega-3 support and the Inflammasoothe. And if possible, I would run some of the labs like the Big Five or the vitamin tox test to look for any other inflammatory-based conditions. That's what I would do. All labs, all products that I name can always be found at stephencabral.com/shop. And that just takes you over to Equilife. Patty, hopefully that was helpful. Definitely gives you a place, hopefully, to get started because that can absolutely be fixed. So please tell that person they can be fixed. Okay. Alex is up next. Hey, Dr. Cabral, thank you for all the information you put out there. I searched for my question, but you haven't gone over it in over 2,000 podcasts, and my podcast player won't play it. Oh, okay. My blood work shows low ALP. Fortunately, other than slightly out of whack testosterone and slightly elevated blood pressure, the rest of my blood work is good. I just always have low ALP. Oh, happy to help with that. So we have now actually done well over 3,000 podcasts. You can search them all at stephencabral.com/podcasts. And I think the reason why you weren't able to find it is because ALP on your blood work is just short for alkaline phosphatase. And here's the nice thing about your question. There's really only one main reason. There's some minor reasons, but we can't get into all of them. The major reason that someone might have low alkaline phosphatase is low zinc. And that could be why your testosterone's low as well. Remember, there's always an underlying root cause. Low testosterone can be vitamin C, it can be zinc, it can be high levels of cortisol and stress, poor sleep. All of those things can be fixed. The majority of people right now going on hormone replacement therapy or TRT do not need it, and they're shutting off their own natural testosterone production too early in life. That's not just an opinion, that is the truth. And there's one lab that you can run called your stress mood and metabolism test. So Alex, I would run, it's at stephencabral.com/hormones-test. Or of course, you just go over to Equilife at stephencabral.com/shop and you'll be able to find that lab. All right. So there you go. And hopefully that answers your question. All right, Debbie's up next. Debbie says, today I started the 7-day detox. I could not send notification so I can get daily emails because it wouldn't let me. I have a question. It says to drink the shake at 8 a.m. an hour after you get up. Well, today is my day off, and I do not get up that early on my days off, as I'm up at 5:30 during the week. My job is super physical, and my body is tired. So today I drank the first shake at 9 as soon as I woke up. Why do you have to be up for an hour before you consume the shake? I guess I will stay on track and drink the next one at 11:30, 3.5 hours after that. Is that going to mess things up? Okay, so again, at stephencabral.com/askcabral, where all these questions are asked, it does say it's going to take 10 to 12 weeks before you get your question answered. But it says on that page that you can get same-day answers at cabralsupportgroup.com. So I just want everybody to know, you need same-day answers, cabralsupportgroup.com, because I feel bad. You did this 12 weeks ago. You're ready for your next detox, right? And then, which I'm still going to answer your question. And if you ever need customer support for an order, just email support@equi.life for labs and for orders and tracking and all that good stuff. Okay. So let's answer your question. And it says this on the FAQ. So it's on the FAQ page. But again, I totally get it. I'm the same way. I like to make sure that I know exactly what's going on. So I understand. All right. You wait 1 hour after waking to allow your body to wake up, to keep that intermittent fast going, and then you consume your shake. And then it's just 3.5 hours after that, after every shake. So if you wake up at 6 a.m. and you want to have your shake at 7 a.m., no problem. Then it's 10:30 a.m. and then it's 3.5 hours later. I don't really want to do the math, even though I'm sure it's not difficult. Somewhere around 1:30 or so, 2 o'clock is going to be your next shake. And then 3.5 hours after that, about 5:30 or so. So you're just going to do it every 3.5 hours for 4 shakes for days 1 and 2. That's all. So hopefully that's helpful. All right. Melissa is up next. Melissa says, I recently saw that Redmond's real salt tested high for lead and arsenic. I use Redmond's salt and their Relight electrolytes. My heavy metals test came back high for arsenic. Could this be the cause? Could it figure out another source of where I was getting it? I think that's supposed to say I could not figure out another source. It was so frustrating and confusing trying to find brands you can trust, as I've always thought Redmond's was great. All right. Well, here's the thing. I don't like to throw Redmond's or any company under the bus. Every single form of salt has some heavy metals in it. It comes from the earth. That includes most apples and spinach and produce that comes from the earth. But I get it. I totally understand. So if you're using a lot of it, yeah, it could start to maybe be elevated. There's another company. So I still use Redmond's. So I don't want to say I don't. I use their fine salt. And for flaky salt, which I love, it's either called Jacobs or Jacobson. And I never got out of my document, but I reviewed it at stephencabral.com/podcast. Let's just go there to the website for 1 second. So stephencabral.com/podcasts. And I'm just going to type in the search box and I'm going to type in like Jacob. It's either Jacob or Jacobson's. I might be way off. Might be neither. Oh no, there it is. Episode 3066, new salt review. See, the podcast search box works. I appreciate my team. They do an amazing job. Let's see what it's actually called. Jacobson. All right, so it's called Jacobson Salt Company. And that was the one that I found. Again, they all have a little bit, but that was the one that I found that had the lowest. I actually didn't see that Redmond's has lead. I saw that it has aluminum and a little bit of arsenic. Again, almost everything from the environment has aluminum and even a little bit of mercury and even a little bit of lead. Like it has that. So Jacobson, though, at least for now, could change in the future, right? But theirs had the least. And so we're using Jacobson, and then I'm using some of the Redmonds as well. So hopefully that was helpful. It's a good question. It really is. And of course, I'm not saying that you should try to take in a lot of heavy metals, but it is also why we recommend one heavy metal detox a year. It's 8 weeks long. It's only 3 products, simple to use with your everyday routine. I do it every single year. So do my daughters. My daughters are now, it's crazy. I used to say they're all 8 and 10. They're 8 and 10. 10 and 12 years old. It's unbelievable. They just turned 10 and 12. The years fly by, but they do a children's version, so a lower dosage of the heavy metal detox. And my wife and I do a heavy metal detox every single year as well. You can find exactly what we use by going to stephencabral.com/shop. Just type in heavy metal detox or heavy metal protocol and you'll find it. So hopefully this was helpful. Thank you everybody for tuning into the show, your viewership, your support, your shares, your subscribes. It means the world to me. So thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new Mindset of Motivation Monday. Take care. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.